Bing bong. What is going on, guys? What is going on, 27 Squad? Welcome back into another video, and today we're going to be talking about the New York Giants getting the win over the Philadelphia Eagles. We finally are coming back in this close rivalry that we've had with the Philadelphia Eagles. Obviously, they are one of the biggest rivals of the New York Giants. And finally, we are actually coming back and getting some wins against this team. I believe we beat them in 2016 one year. We beat them last year once as well. But we have to stop splitting with this team. We have like 3 wins against the Philadelphia Eagles in the past 10 years, it feels like. So time to start winning against this team. Now, this team is 4-7. Although I'm not really excited about their performance offensively, and although I don't think it has any implications to where this team is going in this year, I am very satisfied that we were able to overcome adversity and obviously get a team that has been scoring 27 points per game in the Philadelphia Eagles. And Jalen Hurts has been lighting it up as well, has been doing a fantastic job, and really have proved a lot of doubters wrong. So I see Jalen Hurts being one of their, maybe a franchise quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles, but the New York Giants were able to contain him for the most part in this game. The Philadelphia Eagles offense really had something going with the read option that was working, constantly. Besides the last play in which Boston Scott fumbled the ball and it landed in the arms of Julian Love, the read option has been bread and butter for the Philadelphia Eagles, I guess, in this season, and I don't know why they got away from that. I think if they were to start with the read option, they would have dominated. I'm not saying run it all the time, but have it, very frequent in their offensive play calling, because it doesn't really matter, because Jalen Hurts isn't really a guy to really throw the ball 40, 50 times, maybe even 35 times. I gotta see how much times he threw it here. He threw it 31 times. He's not really a guy that's gonna sling it around. So, why not utilize his legs? He's very elusive in the pocket. He's very good at deciding what holes to run through. And let me tell you right now, the offensive line, I know I'm I don't know, praising the Philadelphia Eagles offense. That's just because I'm very excited that the New York Giants defense were able to contain them. But the Philadelphia Eagles offensive line is very, very good. Every time a running back touched the ball, or even Jalen Hurts, that offensive line had about a 4 or 5 yard push, giving the runner just an easy 4 or 5 yards constantly. They ran for a total of 200, so they still totaled 200 yards. That's their 3rd straight game totaling 200 yards rushing, 6.3 yards per carry. Now, there are a lot of things on this defense that obviously they still need to work on. The pass rush was there, especially early on in the game. It was there, but as we got later towards the game, I've seen the motor kind of, simmer down a little bit. Didn't really see a lot of pass rush, especially from that interior. It felt like Jalen Hurts had just about all day to throw the ball, but the pass coverage all day for the New York Giants was spot on. Of course, there were some times where it didn't look, there were some big plays downfield. I think it was Quez Watkins had some really good catches on guys like, I believe it was Aaron Robinson. Aaron Robinson struggled in this game. Although he tackled well, he just wasn't able to prevent, catches being made. Darnay Holmes had himself a good game. I know he led up a big play as well to, towards the end zone to Quez Watkins as well. But guys like Julian Love had a fantastic game. Xavier McKinney had a fantastic game. These two players were the players of the game on defense. Tay Crowder had himself in a fantastic game as well. Besides the interception to close out the first half, Tay Crowder was all over the place, stopping the run and helping out in pass coverage and also pressuring the quarterback. There was one play in particular where Jalen Hurts rolled out. I believe this was on a 3rd down. Tay Crowder was in coverage, decided to crash inside and get to Jalen Hurts, forcing an errant throw, and it was incomplete. Tay Crowder did a great job as well. Those 3 players are the players of the game for the New York Giants. I know the front 7 as a whole played better than most days, pressuring the quarterback, especially against a mobile quarterback like Jalen Hurts. But the back seven were definitely the back, defensive backs were definitely the players of the game in this game. You're looking at Xavier McKinney. James Bradbury wasn't really prevalent, but he was shutting down Devontae Smith, doing a great job shutting down Devontae Smith. Adoree Jackson left this game with I believe a quad injury, did not return in this game, which is troubling because now we're going to have to rotate between Aaron Robinson and Darnay Holmes at outside corner, with Steven Parker, who came in and had a really good pass deflection on Dallas Goedert. So he proved to be pretty decent as well. But that's the depth we're looking at if Adoree Jackson does not remain healthy or active for the rest of this season. I don't know what's going on with his injury, but as I switch this out real quick, I'm going to put my window capture, and then we'll be looking at the box score for this game. And you can see here Jalen Hurts, 14 to 31, 129 yards. Late in this fourth quarter, he was at 73 yards passing. That's because obviously they dedicated probably a whole 2 or 3 drives to just running the ball, and they were very effective at it. However, when they were forced to throw the ball on like a third down or something like that, after running the ball so much, they just weren't able to get a connection. Guys like Jalen Reagor just did not come in the clutch for the Eagles in this game. Had 2 drops at the last drive in which they could have got them closer for a touchdown. Both of them could have been touchdowns, honestly. Had 2 crucial drops there, with both of them, I believe, with Aaron Robinson in coverage, and Aaron Robinson was sold on pretty much both those plays. So Jalen Hurts, obviously, 3 interceptions. This is not something I see from the Giants very often, is having multiple interceptions games. Had a QBR of 17.5, quarterback rating of 17.5. So great job by the New York Giants defense to get Jalen Hurts to pretty much contain Jalen Hurts. He's been uncontainable through the majority of this season. You look at the New York Giants, Daniel Jones, 19 of 32. Just a regular Daniel Jones game. Like, Daniel Jones has been played, besides the Saints game, he's pretty much been regular. Like he's been pretty much played the exact same way and has put up the exact same results in just about every game. That being said, no interception doesn't really surprise me at this point. I mean, had a QBR of 47.4, but a quarterback rating of 94.0, in which we won the game, in which he had only 11 incompletions, 202 yards, and a touchdown. Like, he just plays so average to me. And not great. It doesn't help that our run game is absolutely atrocious. Saquon Barkley had 13 carries for 40 yards, 3.1 yards a carry, with a long of 32 yards. Check that out. So if you take away that 32-yard play, right, and you take away that carry, that's 12 attempts for 8 yards. I mean, the offensive line does not do Saquon Barkley any favors, and you can see the same thing with Devontae Booker. Devontae Booker also wasn't able to get much of anything going on in the run game. Darius Slayton kind of ruins our stat here for total rushing yards because of that terrible play call and that reverse on a first down play in the first play of the drive. As far as rushing the ball, like I said, over 200 yards for the Philadelphia Eagles. Boston Scott absolutely killed us today, as he always does. Miles Sanders has these kind of stat lines against everybody, so I'm not very, offended by it, right? 9 carries, 64 yards, 7.1 yards per carry. He does what he has to do. It's just that he can't stay healthy. You've seen him come out about twice in this game because of either fatigue or injury. Kenny Golladay had one of his better games, and he had 7 targets. I feel like he could have had a lot more than that. Only 3 receptions. I know they were trying to incorporate him in the deep passing game, also in the red zone. It's just that, he had 2 clear pass interference calls that were not called on him. I believe they're both by Darius Slay. They were not called on him, did not move the chains, but nonetheless, I mean, Daniel Jones cannot find a way to connect with Kenny Golladay. Kenny Golladay is really recreating like a Dez Bryant sort of, appearance with the New York Giants, like Dez Bryant with the Dallas Cowboys in his final years just ran dig routes to get open and could not hit anything on a deep play. It seems like the very same thing with Kenny Golladay. Kenneth Gainwell, I guess, was their leading receiver here with 3 catches for 32 yards. Jalen Reagor, 2 for 31 on 7 targets. Quez Watkins only had 2 for 23, but I feel like he killed us for whatever reason. I don't know why I thought that, but I feel like he killed us for whatever reason. Devontae Smith was held down 2 catches for 22 yards on 4 targets, and that was great thanks to James Bradbury doing a great job on him. Dallas Goedert had no yards, no catches, or had 1 catch, no yards, no touchdowns, and did a great job defending him as well, because I was very worried about Dallas Goedert, because how we are versus Philadelphia tight ends. Alex Singleton was all over the place for the Eagles defense. The Eagles defense actually did a really good job against the New York Giants. I mean, every team does a really good job against the New York Giants defensively, but they actually did a good job. The pass rush was there, the pass coverage was there, everything was there. The pursuit, they really didn't let a lot of guys free when it comes to like yak yardage. So the Giants actually have to get a lot better in that. You look at the New York Giants defensively, man. We were all over the place. Hats off to Patrick Graham. Not only letting that bend but do not break type of defense actually work, but this team just, I said it early on in this game in the stream that I was in on Cush's channel. This team just looked energized from the moment that they stepped onto the field, offensively and defensively. Now, offensively, you see them dwindle out a little bit. But defensively, this team looked extremely energized. Guys like Xavier McKinney and Tay Crowder were all over the place for this team. Azeez Ojulari had a presence as well. Julian Love just everywhere, man. Man coverage, zone coverage, because they kind of intertwined and kind of did both in this game. And they had Julian Love play safety. They had Julian Love cover the slot. They had Julian Love blitz as like an edge linebacker. I mean, they did everything with Julian Love, and he did a fantastic job. Had himself a half sack as well, a quarterback hit, and a pass defense. J.R. Reed, I seen a bit of him, and I didn't even know he was on the team till last game, and he did himself a good job as well. Aaron Robinson looks like he had a good game, but he did not, in my opinion. 2 passes defense were probably the ones that he was beat on, that he had to kind of make a play there, and I don't even think those were passes defense. Xavier McKinney, definitely, in my opinion, player of the game. Almost had himself 2 interceptions in this game, totaling himself 5 interceptions for the year. Could have had 6. Farrell Cooper was fine in the return game as well. Just all in all, a good game for the Giants. But it just seemed like as far as the offense goes, I know a lot of people were really looking at this game from the offense point of view, trying to see if not having Jason Garrett is going to force different results, or at least force a change in the offense. Although it had a change in the offense, obviously this was not a Jason Garrett offense. I did not see a lot of out routes. I did not see a lot of curl routes. Did not see a lot of spot routes. I saw a lot of in-breaking routes. I saw a lot of deep passes. So it seems like this offense is different. Now, the result has not changed because we only scored 13 points. Now, this could have ended up in a loss had the defense not have stood up to the occasion. But the results offensively, as far as points scored, has not changed. But we're going to see what happens as the weeks progress. This is the first week in a new system, pretty much. I don't know if they're using the same playbook. It doesn't seem like it, because I'm not seeing any spot routes, any out routes, any curl routes. So I saw a couple of comeback routes, but you see that in pretty much every offense. But yeah, I don't think it's going to be a complete change around. Like, the offense just automatically just score 30 points a game. Now, it's going to take time, but I do think it's a better system than the one we're working with now. I know it looks like Freddie Kitchens tries to get a little too cute now. I don't know if he's just trying to open up the playbook because it's the first time using it, and it's kind of a jack-in-the-box type of thing where, a team like the Eagles does not have film on Freddie Kitchens' playbook. So maybe he just tried to, throw something in the air and see what was stuck to the wall. But that being said, guys, all around, a good win for the New York Giants. Next week, I believe we play Miami. That's not going to be an easy win, as they're on now, I believe, their 5th straight win in blowing out the Carolina Panthers. They're now at 5-7, so there's 1 game ahead of us as well. It looked like the Giants were on a better track than Miami, but it seems like they're starting to get back into the groove there with Tua Tagovailoa. Jalen Waddle is actually coming into his own as a really good rookie receiver. It shows why he was a top 10 pick in the NFL. Their defense is playing a lot better, going back to the form they were at last year. So that being said, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you guys are new. Bing bong! I'll see you guys in the next video.